Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, and this is probably the game everyone, myself included, has been waiting to see from this set. The Great Boxer playing against Killer in what could be a very, very winnable game for the Emperor. You know, when he's played recently, it hasn't looked really good. He played well in the Heritage League, I'll give him that. He did play pretty solid in the Heritage League. But other than that, anytime he's been going against other top pros, he's got a pretty bad record. I think he's something like 2-8 or something in his last 10 games. It's not real pretty, but we all want him to do very, very well, and he's got a chance here, I think a very legit chance, because it's a TVZ, which is really his best matchup, and he's going against a guy in Killer who is really, really new, really, really fresh. Just look at his face. He doesn't have any facial hair, you know. He's barely hit puberty. He's a youngin. His name is Killer or Baxter. I don't know what he's deciding to call himself in this game. It looks like he's going by Baxter. But he's only played 16 games, and he's 8-8, which is pretty good for a new player, which I think is why Wasong Oz really likes him. But with the loss of Jadong's loss, they really need Killer to come up with something to beat Boxer. But I have faith that Boxer will find a way. Boxer will come up with a win here, whether it's through great strategy or, you know, I will say that one thing I think that Boxer still, even now, is extremely good at, and might actually be one of the best in the world at still today, despite everyone else's catching up and surpassing him for the in a lot of technical aspects. His lurker splits with Marines are still amazing, and so if I don't know if he's going to go for a bio build or a mech build that's become popular recently, but if he does go for a bio build, that's something to watch out for against lurkers. I could see that becoming just a joy to watch if that is something that that comes into play, and I hope we do. I hope we get to see some great lurker splits, see some dropship play. I hope he just goes all old school on Killer and just takes him down with everything in the book, goes SK Terran out the wazoo, and blows him out of the water, really, and gives SKT1 a 2-0 lead in this match. They are, interesting to note, they are playing on Tornado, which, just through the lineups that have been submitted, looked like it was going to be a Zerg-favored map. A lot of ZVZs have been played on this map. I don't know if there's been any Protosses, maybe 1 or 2 Protosses have played on this map at all. Looking at recent games, TVZs, I've seen 2 ZVTs where Zerg players have won. Roro beat, I believe it was Frozian, and By-Hero knocked off Ruby. And here we go, we're going to get started here. I'll finish that recap real quick here, right after we get the start positions. We've got Boxer in purple as the Terran at the 1 o'clock position, and then we've got Baxter Killer in blue at the 10 o'clock position. I don't know if they're going to change colors, but either way, you know their start position, so we're good to go. But things that did happen recently, I believe Flash took down... Oh, shoot, I think I might have just... Sorry, guys, I might have just ruined this for you, but this was actually played on the same day as this set, but Flash did take down Savior on Tornado, and I'm not sure whether or not Lita and Zero played. I don't actually know who won that game, but if Lita won that game, which I think he did, I think Lita won that game, so there was a couple wins for Terrans on this map, so maybe this isn't going to be the as much of a Zerg-favored map as it initially seemed. And a little bit of an advantage for Killer coming up. Luckily here he's scouting clockwise with his Overlord, so he's going to get the early scout on. And I really want to see what Boxer's play is, how quickly he goes for that refinery, or if he doesn't go for that refinery, in which case we'll see classic Boxer bio, 99.99% chance going right into SK Terran build. But I'm watching for that factor. Really want to see whether that thing goes down after his Rex comes in. And Killer, I expect, will just play really standard. I suspect that he's going to think, he might be intimidated by Boxer a little bit because he's so young. I could see this going one of 2 ways. Either he's intimidated by Boxer and Killer's going to screw up and play sloppy, or 2, he's like, Boxer's over the hill. Who really cares? It's just Boxer. He can't really do anything anymore. And is going to get really cocky and lose that way. So either way, I see Killer losing. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. And I think Killer's actually going to go for a 12 hatch. Boxer's throwing down his racks right now, and I want to see that refinery, whether or not that refinery is down. They haven't looked at it yet in a little while, and now with that Overlord coming around, both players know where each other are, and that's actually pretty nice for for the Terran, for Boxer, because that means he doesn't have to go wandering around the map searching for the start position for his Zerg opponent. He knows where to go immediately when he wants to get a scout in. It looks like this is going to be a very standard build from Baxter. 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 gas, and there is the gas for Boxer. So this is going to be a Neo mechanized build, I think, assuming a factory goes down in the next, 10 seconds, which it should. If this is going to be a mech build, it should be a mech build with that very, very early, finally, there is the factory. Okay, there we go. So this is going to be a mech build. We're going to see some early vultures, and maybe even starports could come into play here, which could also be very, very cool. Vultures right into a Wraith build was very, very cool. Very, very evil if your Zerg player is unprepared for it. It's just a real slaughter if your Zerg player screws up and doesn't see it coming or something. It's really funny to watch, actually. I know I've seen it. I just can't think of it. I know Lita's done it before. I know a couple other guys have done it. I just can't think of the games offhand. Layer morphing in for Baxter as well at the natural expansion. Boxer's going to get an eyeful of that. Going to see that scouting very well with that SCV. Factory is almost complete, so we should be seeing a vulture popping out sometime pretty soon here. And a couple Marines have been produced as well, just in case there were Zerglings produced, but they haven't, so we see Boxer has quit producing Marines, which is very, very smart. And there it is, so it is going to be a starport build, but the Overlord is coming back into play for Killer, and I don't know if Boxer sees this, because I think that Killer saw that, because that Overlord barely looked like it was at the extension of his vision, saw that starport and turned around really, really fast. So I think he sees that this is coming. He's already thrown down the Hydros down, so we should be seeing some Hydros coming out pretty soon, and we should be seeing some Overlords being well positioned throughout his bases as well to deal with these the rates that will be forthcoming. And that factory was lifted. I want to see whether it's been dropped down again or not, if he's thrown down a siege shop or not. Command center's also been produced at the natural expansion going up. Yeah, the machine shop is going down already, so we're not going to be seeing any early vulture play. It's going to go straight into vulture. I think it was just the one port. I don't think he threw down a second port at all. So this isn't going to be like an all or nothing. It's not going to be we're not going to see Lita's crazy 2-port Wraith build either. And this SCV might go down. Yeah, the scouting SCV does finally go down. We do see a bunch of Hydros being produced here and there. We see a few at the main, a couple at the natural as well. So I don't know how effective this Wraith build is going to be. And I think Boxer is going to be very, very... I don't think he should be surprised by the number of Hydros, really. Because he was going... If he was faking a mech build, in which case Zerg players should be going for a lot of Hydros as well. So I don't think he should be surprised by the number of Hydros, but he just needs to do something with the Wraiths to force those Hydros to stay at home. The Hydros are moving out, and seeing the Wraith now, but no, they might actually catch no Boxer. No! Oh! First Wraith goes down for Boxer. Oh, tragedy.